Right, next little bit of revision is multiplying and dividing fractions. So first of all, we're going to look at multiplying fractions. Multiplying fractions is actually nice and easy, right? So again, we'll start off with an easy example. So let's say we had 3/5 and we had to multiply that by 2/7. Okay. Whenever you're multiplying fractions, all you do is multiply the top by top and bottom by bottom. So multiply the two numerators together and multiply the two denominators together. So 3 multiplied by 2 gives me 6. 5 multiplied by 7 gives me 35. Looking and seeing, is there anything I can cancel there? And I don't think that there is, so I can just leave my answer like that. I also could have looked to see if I could cancel anything at the start in this one, but there wasn't anything I could cancel. So let's look at one where I maybe could cancel, and I'll show you how you would do that. So say I had 2/3 and I wanted to multiply that by 5/6. Okay, so with ones like this, it would absolutely be fine to just do top by top, bottom by bottom. 2 times 5 gives me 10. 3 multiplied by 6 gives me 18. That would give me 10/18, and then I would have to simplify then. However, one like that wouldn't be too bad to do like that, but sometimes it can get tricky to, sometimes the numbers get really big, and we want to try and avoid that as much as possible if it's a non-calculator paper that you're working on. So, it is possible to cancel before you actually do the multiplying. The rule for cancelling is that you can only cancel something on the top with something on the bottom. Now that cancelling could be all within the one fraction. It's kind of unlikely that they'll give you a fraction that could be cancelled. So it's more likely that you will see like the top from one cancelling with the bottom from another fraction. So you can see here that I have a 2 on the top line and a 6 on the bottom line. So both of those are divisible by 2. So if I divide both by 2, 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. Have another look. Is there anything else I can cancel? Nope. So I'm okay to go on. Now, you might find it easier, because this stage can get quite messy sometimes if there's lots of cancelling going on. So you might find it easier just to rewrite this. So I can rewrite this as 1/3 multiplied by 5 over 3. You don't have to do that stage. You can go straight to the next stage if you want. Then it's just the same as before. Top by top, 1 multiplied by 5 gives me 5. Bottom by bottom, 3 multiplied by 3 gives me 9. And I can't cancel that any further. Okay. Right, slightly harder then. We've got 2 1/3 multiplied by 5 and 3/4. So you absolutely must change these into top-heavy fractions first of all, so that's going to be our first step. So 2 1/3 is 7/3 altogether. We've got 6/3 within the 2, plus this one gives us our 7. That's being multiplied by 5 3/4. So there's 20 quarters in 5 altogether. So we've got 23 quarters there. Let's have a look. Is there anything we can cancel? Unfortunately, not. So 7 multiplied by 23 is 161, and 3 multiplied by 4 gives us 12. Now, we can't leave our answer like that. We have to change it back into a mixed number. So we need to think, right, well, how many times does 12 go into 161? That is going to be, well, 12s are 144, so it's probably going to be maybe 13. I'll do a little check off the side. If this isn't calculator paper, obviously I could type it into my calculator, but if it wasn't, then I'll see. So I'm seeing how many times does 12 go into 161. 12 into 16 goes once, remainder 4. 12 into 41 goes 3 times, and 3 12s are 36, so that's remainder 5. Okay, so that tells me that this simplifies down to 12 and 5/12. There's my 12, oh sorry, 13, for flip's sake, 13, because 12 went into 161 13 times, so that's where that has come from. Remainder 5, it's 5/12 that we have left over because we're dividing by 12. So that's where the 13 and 5/12 comes from. Okay. Right, dividing then. So start off with an easier one. If we were dividing 4/5 by 2/3, the first thing that we have to do whenever we're dividing by fractions is to turn the second fraction upside down and multiply. So the fraction that you're dividing by, you turn it upside down and you multiply. So this becomes 4/5 multiplied by, turn this upside down, 3/2. Okay. Now that we are at the multiplying stage, we look and see, can we cancel anything? You never ever cancel at the dividing stage. It'll mess everything up. So it's only at the multiplying stage that you can start to cancel. So let's see. Yep, we've got 2 and 4. So 2 goes into 2 once and 2 goes into 4 twice. So that's going to become 2 multiplied by 3 gives us 6. 5 multiplied by 1 gives us 5. 6/5 we change back into a mixed number. So that is going to be 1 and 1/5. Okay. Move on to a slightly harder one now. Okay, so 2 1/3 divided by 4 and 2/5. Extra step this time just of changing into top heavy fractions first of all. So 2 1/3 is 7/3 divided by 4 and 2/5 is 22/5. Remember, we cannot cancel at this stage. It's only when we get to the next stage that we can cancel. So our next stage is to turn the fraction we're dividing by upside down and change it to multiply. So 7/3 multiplied by 5/22. Oh, I keep picking ones that you can't simplify. Oh well, so there's nothing we can simplify here. So we multiply top by top, bottom by bottom. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. 3 multiplied by 22 is 66. And again, I don't think we can simplify anything there. Okay. Not the best examples ever, year 10. Hopefully you got the gist from those examples, but I can do more if needs be. So again, I've summarised the rules here. So for multiplying, multiply the top number by the top number and bottom number by the bottom number. And cancel or simplify if possible, either at the start or at the end. Remember, it has to be one from the top and one from the bottom, and I find it easier to simplify at the start. Okay, then for dividing, our rule is that you turn the fraction you're dividing by upside down and multiply, and remember, you can only cancel once you're at the multiplying stage. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Helpfully reminder on multiplying and dividing fractions and the rules. It is something that comes up all the time in maths in lots of different topics, so it is important that you know how to do it. Okay, see you in the next video.